Hello, loyal listeners, if anyone's out there. I'm so sorry. I got up late today. This was supposed to be at 9 o'clock, but today it is 9:30. Okay. Um, I always knew it would happen someday. I didn't know it would happen today because today is a quiz on laziness. Okay. Today is Don't Make Your Own Bed Day. Apparently, it's a day which happened when a 5-year-old child wrote to the President of the United States and said, "It's so hard making your bed every day. There should be one day a year where you don't have to make your bed." So, today is all about laziness. And to introduce this quiz, let me add my panelists. So, here's Sunil. Hey, Sunil.
Hi, Kajal.
Hi. Here is Dilshad.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's a late morning. And here is Soham.
Hello, hello.
Yes. Soham's actually happy because it's worked out well for him. He had a meeting preponed. So, yeah, it's all worked out great for Soham. He's very excited. Now, you'll have met Soham before, you'll have met Dilshad before. Sunil, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi. My name is Sunil Venkatesh. I am currently in Hyderabad. I'm uh, I'm an amateur caricature artist, and I really enjoy cooking.
Oh,
Uh,
what?
yeah,
How
and
cool is that?
thank you.
Okay, you were saying
Yeah,
something else.
yeah. I have two boys, and as a family, we are football fanatics.
All right. Okay. Now, today, Vedehi is saying that were you all late today due to latest? No, it was just me. Okay, but I'm an important part of this quiz, so they couldn't start without me, unfortunately. Okay, now today's quiz is going to be interesting because a lot of procrastinators were famous artists and writers. So let's see how this goes. Now, as people who have logged in earlier know, there are no points to this quiz. It's all about reasoning out the answer, not about knowing it. So you all can ask me as many clues as you all want, and I will give them to you. All right, the order will be Sunil, Dilshad, and then Soham. Uh, Sunil, you're an amateur caricature artist, so I assume that you like art and you like paintings and stuff. Yes. So there is a very famous painting, okay, which took 15 years to paint. And one would think, is it a very big painting? No, it actually measures 30 inches by 21 inches. Any idea which painting this is?
So 15 years to paint, huh?
15 years to paint. It took 15 years to paint. In comparison, um, um, the Sistine Chapel took only 4 years, and it was the whole ceiling.
Right. And can you give me some timelines around when this was painted?
I think that might reveal the whole thing,
Oh,
but
okay. Fair point. Okay.
uh, I will give you more hints. Firstly, it's a painting which, looking at, you would think that okay, it took maximum 2 years to paint. Even if the artist was really, really stretching it, 15 years. Very, very famous painting. Um, he also painted another painting which took 25 years to paint. Okay, and he's produced a large body of work. So one wonders how.
Uh, I know I'm going to take a shot in this. So is this? I don't know the painting for sure. Um, uh,
Go
but
for
the
it.
painter is this Gaudi?
Oh, you're talking about the chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not Gaudi. And I think we should cut Gaudi some slack because that's a massive chapel. This is a really small painting. Okay.
Okay.
Um, this painter this painter also painted another very famous painting which was taking very, very long to paint. Okay, so one of the priests in the monastery complained that he's taking so long to paint it. So this painter got really upset and he wrote to the head of the monastery and he said, I've been trying to paint Judas, but I'm not getting a right face. But that guy who complained, if he doesn't retract his complaint, I'm going to make him into
So this
Judas.
is Da Vinci.
Yes, it is Da Vinci. Now, which is a
It's a Da
painting,
Vinci.
La- Last
but
Supper.
Huh?
that is
This one
Last
is
Supper.
the Last Supper, the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Uh,
But the other painting which took 15 years to paint would be
I have no clue. I have no
okay.
clue.
Dilchad?
Mona Lisa.
Yes, it is the Mona Lisa. Okay, tiny
Really?
little
Wow.
painting. He took 15 years to paint it.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
he took 25 years to paint the Madonna. One second, which one is it? He took 25
Madonna of the
years.
Rocks, probably.
The version on the rocks, he
Yeah,
took 25
yeah.
years to finish that when it was supposed to be finished in 7 months. Okay, so lazy people, please remember you are in very good company. But the only thing is that he spent all this time procrastinating and also writing down ideas to build helicopters and scuba and whatever.
He
So
was a very busy man.
very busy man, very busy man. Okay,
No,
we have
apparently, from what I understand, is that the I don't know whether to call it the technology or the technique to make that Mona Lisa was quite revolutionary for its time, right? I
the
mean,
technique that he used.
nobody knew how to paint that sfumato.
Yeah.
The
I
How
guess
how
it's
it
still
how it feels like, the eyes are following you, right?
No, the
How
eyes are
they're
following
following you and how that stuff.
was yeah. It's more the fact that there is no clear demarcation between the face and the background. There's a haziness to the picture, so apparently
I'm
it's
sure
difficult. I don't know.
no, but it would not have taken him 15 years. That was just sheer procrastination.
15 years is getting calls in between, and his boss basically making life difficult.
Okay, we're coming to Dilshad. Dilshad, do you like reading? Do you like, yeah, classics?
Yes.
Okay. So now this is a French poet and novelist, okay, with masterpieces. He had a very interesting technique to stave off procrastination. He made his servant strip him naked and leave him in the room until the servant could not return with his clothes until he had written stuff. Okay. French, which is important, French poet and novelist. Two of his historical novels are masterpieces, very well known.
Any other hint?
One of the masterpieces features a name of a very famous church in France.
Okay. The Notre Dame.
Yeah. So, which would
Yeah.
be the author?
So we are talking about the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Who's the author?
Who was the speaker of the Lok Sabha in
Hey, it's not Alexander Dumas.
Just
Okay.
can't remember his name.
Soham, any hints? Why is Soham grinning at us like he's
No, no,
frozen?
he's. I
Yeah.
think
No,
we
no,
lost.
Victor.
Ah,
Sorry,
okay.
Yeah.
I disconnected for a while. It's Victor Hugo.
Yes, it's Victor
Nice.
Hugo. Victor Hugo, who liked to be chained to his desk. Sorry, no, he liked to be stripped naked. But coming to Soham's question, an American author had his wife chain him to the desk when he was struggling to finish a very epic novel. It was published in 1851. Okay. Uh, and it concerns an animal.
Can you repeat that last part?
Sure. The book concerns an animal,
Yeah.
but he was chained to his desk by his wife at his own request so that he could complete this book. Published in 1851, one of the very, very famous books of our time. Um, Aditi is like, I came to this quiz thinking I'll get a tip to stop procrastinating. Yes, okay.
Uh, and you said the novel is about an animal.
About an animal, yes. The title is the name of the animal, but the name given to the animal, not exactly the
Any American novel, 1851. Uh, what is? I'm assuming it's not Black Beauty. That's not American, is it? That's
Oh, don't make me Google this. Wait,
uh, is it? But it's not. Okay.
it's
So
not. It's not.
is it Moby Dick?
Yes, yes, yes,
Moby
yes.
Dick?
That's a
Yeah.
novel. So who is
Yeah.
the author?
Uh, Herman Melville
Very good.
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is Herman
Yeah.
Melville. Very
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, my cooking is happening in my house. Okay, so we've got Herman Melville. We're coming to Sunil's question now.
Mhm.
Sunil, um, there's this very famous saint, okay, a Christian saint, who spent his early days not being very saintish. He was, in fact, considered a sex addict. All right. And he's famous for the quote, Lord, grant me chastity and continence, but not just yet. All right. So it's become a motto as sorts for procrastinators. Any idea who this saint would be?
From which country again?
From Africa.
Saint from Africa.
Wow.
Saint from.
Can you give me another clue, please?
Okay. He was called Saint Dash of Hippo,
Oh, okay.
if that helps.
Saint Dash of Hippo. Huh? I have no clue.
Okay.
Sorry.
Any? Oh, no, 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 no. There's nothing to be
No.
sorry about. I mean, Dilshad. Any hints for him?
Can give me another hint or the first alphabet of his name.
I'll, I can give you a hint.
Okay. Go for it,
Yeah,
Soam.
but the hint is I'm not good at giving hints, so the hint is pretty much the answer. So
Which is?
it's I think it's the name of sounds similar to the name of a month.
Yes, 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 yes. Wow, this
So
is good. This
Julian,
is
Julian or Juliet.
no, not Julian. No, it's actually
There
got
are
the entire month in it.
11 other
Yeah.
months to choose from.
And maybe you're 1 month before, yeah?
But Soham,
Augustus.
you were sorry, what?
Augustus.
Oh,
Another
you
one.
nearly got it. You nearly got it.
Yeah.
Saint Augustine.
Augustine.
Yeah.
Augustine.
But
Augustine, yeah.
Soham, you got this from his quotation? You knew
No,
this?
no. Hippo. No,
Ah,
I didn't know the quotation. So there's a. So the reason I know this is because there's a huge Saint Augustine's ruined chapel in Goa. So I lived there for many years. So not in the chapel, but in Goa. The fact that Augustine is from Hippo in Carthage, that's
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Nice.
Okay. This is cool. All right. We're coming to Dilshad's question. Dilshad, there is a man who used to procrastinate a lot. Okay. His name is Tenzin Gyatso. We don't know him as Tenzin Gyatso, though. We know him by a totally different name. Um, he was a bored student who found it very hard to get motivated. And he said, only in the face of a difficult challenge or an urgent deadline would I study and work without laziness. Okay. But now he preaches, you must not procrastinate. You should make preparations so that even if you die tonight, you would have no regrets. Who is this person we know as Tenzin Gyatso? Trust me, you know him. You have heard of him.
Tenzin Norgay.
You know what? I'm so glad you mentioned Tenzing Norgay. When I went to Nepal to climb to the Annapurna base camp, they have a brand of beer called Tenzing, and none of the foreign climbers know who Tenzing was.
yeah.
Okay, they just don't know. Okay, but no, this is not him.
Okay, then give me
Tenzin
another hint.
Gyatso. Tenzin Gyatso. Richard Gere was a big fan of Tenzin Gyatso.
The Dalai Lama.
Yes. There you go.
Nice.
The Dalai Lama, the 14th the Dalai Lama. All right. And we had people who got it right. We had Vedahi, Tarun. Yes. Okay.
Do
Now,
they have the next guy fixed, or is that still up for grabs?
No, it's up for the grabs. They're still searching.
Yeah, because I was reading things like, the Chinese have got their own guy and they've got their own
oh,
guy or something.
You're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Something like
that's
that
that's
was going
that's
on.
that's a big part of the political struggle, right, for Tibet.
interesting. Okay. Now we come to Soham's question. Okay. Soham, the Oxford English Dictionary was always going to be a monumental task. And when they started it, in 1879, they thought it would take 10 years to complete. Okay. But 5 years into the project, our gentlemen who are procrastinating had only reached a certain letter. Okay. And we're going to figure out which letter they had reached. And then we're going to figure out which insect they had stopped on. In 5 years, writing the Oxford English Dictionary, which letter do you think they had come on?
Absolutely
No, no,
no
think.
footing.
Think. These are very lazy people we're talking about.
I mean, I'm going to go and say ant.
You, what the fuck? How did you get it?
That's, that's the only thing that came to mind.
Insect with A, right?
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
few insects with
The
A.
lazy.
I didn't even say A. Okay, I
I,
didn't even say
I'm just
A.
going to say lazy guy writing a dictionary. So,
I think very lazy people was a great clue.
yeah. No, this is exactly what's happening to me in my current assignments, where after many months, I find that I'm still at aardvark or something.
So yes, in 5 years they reached Ant. By the time they finished writing it, the 19th century had ended. Queen Victoria had died. World War One had come and gone, and jazz had stepped into existence, and the Wall Street crash was about to hit. So
Yeah.
when
So
they
29, huh?
finished,
So
yeah, they
1929, yeah.
finished
Wow.
in 1929,
But
and
this
when
is
they
the actual Oxford Dictionary,
yes,
like the
yes, yes,
one that eventually
yes,
came out.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. But by the time it came out, it was already out of date. So they had to straight off start on version two, the second
Have you
edition.
watched the Blackadder episode on the dictionary writing?
No, I haven't.
There's a
Yeah.
phenomenal episode on of Blackadder season 3, where Blackadder is talking to Samuel Johnson, who wrote the first dictionary, and he keeps using very complicated words, making the writer of the dictionary very nervous that he's not included those words in the dictionary. It's very, very funny.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. All right. So Soham has maxed his question. We're now coming to Sunil. All right. Um, Sunil, do you like plays,
Yeah.
theater plays? Okay. Now, Richard Sheridan was the toast of London because he had written a very famous play. Okay. What people don't realize is uh, that the deadline that he had to submit the play in, he missed it by a large margin. Okay. So now I'm going to give you the name of the play because it's a pretty, I don't know. It's called School for Scandal. It became one of the most popular plays. It inspired Oscar Wilde. But I want you to tell me, when did Mr. Sheridan finish writing this play? Okay, give me a timeline. How close to the start of the play do you think he finished writing the play in?
Like one day before curtains up or something like this.
Okay, one day before, and which you think is really, really tight. Okay. What about Dilshad? Dilshad, do you have any ideas on how it could have been worse?
He was still writing it on the day of
On the
the
day of the play?
inaugural, on the
Okay.
on the first day, on the opening.
So you think he was writing during the play or he submitted it before
I
the play
think so.
started?
The play was going, the script was coming in,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
actors
yeah, yeah.
were doing it impromptu
Wow.
kind of thing.
Yes. So the
I,
School of Scandal, yeah, probably the only play in history which was written. He was in the wings writing it while the play was going on. So the writers would just come, take their piece of paper, and go on stage and deliver their lines. And this worked apparently. It became one of the most famous plays of that time. All right, cool.
Interesting.
Okay. Now we come to Dilshad's question. Um, Dilshad, are you familiar with US presidents?
A little
Some
bit,
of them?
yeah.
Okay, okay. So there was a president who used to sleep 11 hours a night. Okay, rather unusual, 11
So,
hours.
okay.
Yeah, he got 11 hours of sleep. Okay, but that was not enough. So he would place his feet in the bottom drawer of his Oval Office desk and count the cars passing by on Pennsylvania Avenue. When he died a few years after leaving office, Gertrude Stein is said to have remarked, "Oh, he's dead. How can you all tell?" Can you tell me which president was this? This very lazy president. He presided over the 1920s economic boom.
Mm, 1920s.
1920s. 1920s. Any hints?
Okay. He was the 30th president of the United States. Yeah. After this, we descend into very, very obvious hints on his name.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Not Teddy Roosevelt.
No.
This guy was also called
So,
Silent Cal.
oh, okay. Calvin Coolidge.
Okay,
Okay,
we've
yeah.
got the answer.
So I was wondering whether it's Herbert Hoover or Calvin Coolidge. But you said 1920s, right?
Yes. All right. Now we come to Soham's question. Soham. Okay. No, Soham, this question is too simple because you're going to get it. So I will give you a difficult one. Um, okay. Imagine that you are a man who's running a crematorium. Okay. That there was a man called Ray Brent Marsh, who was running a crematorium in Georgia. Okay. And the crematorium broke.
Okay.
So this man was too lazy to call up a person to fix it. So what do you think he did instead with the bodies? Because no one realized the crematorium was broken for quite a few years.
I mean, simple thing would be buried them.
Okay, and but the crematorium means he had to give people the ashes.
Oh, okay. Uh, I
Ruben
mean,
Davis is like
what
bonfire. No, yeah,
what
having a few
direction are we going?
bonfires. Okay, so I would like you to tell me what he was giving people as ashes. Because he faced this happened in 1990. He faced a 12-year sentence for doing whatever he did.
So he was basically giving something else to the
Yes,
families
yes,
instead of
yes. He was giving urns full of it to
urns full of
families.
ashes or whatever he was giving.
Whatever he was giving.
Absolutely no idea. It's Georgia. Does that help at all? I mean, does Georgia have anything to do with it?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I wasn't going to use this question at all. But since you've been getting everything right, I just got irritated. So, so now tell me.
What? So let me think. What can you do? You can basically go ahead and, I
So
mean, burn
one option
wood.
is
I
sand.
guess
No,
wood.
but possibly, but you're burning wood every day. People get suspicious.
Yeah.
Sand would be a little heavy. Sand would be a little heavy. So we're thinking of something which is around the same consistency as ash, but which will be easy to get.
I mean, I don't know. If sand is heavy, I don't know.
Dilcha wants to say something.
Dirt.
I was
What else
just
do you use for
thinking.
construction?
Sunil,
No, no.
Maybe cement.
cement. Sunil, such a heavy. No, cement would probably give the game away if any water fell on it. No?
Maybe.
I think just dirt. Yeah, I'd just go the dirt route.
Dirt is too heavy. No.
Too heavy.
So the correct answer is sawdust. And
Oh,
yeah, salt would again be heavy, whether yes. But it's okay. So I didn't expect an answer out of this. I was just irritating you. Okay.
but I'm wondering if this was
What did
because
he
of
do with the
laziness.
bodies?
Yeah, yeah.
He
Why did
buried them in his graveyard, in his backyard.
why? Because the crematorium was broken.
Yeah, and he did not want to call someone to fix it. So he he buried bodies in his backyard, and he gave sawdust to the families.
That's absurd, right? I mean, it's that hard to bury
Yes.
as well.
It is absurd. It is
Yeah.
absurd. It is absurd. But procrastination can be that way. Okay.
What did you say the name of this guy was?
The
Right.
name of this guy was you write down. Okay.
Yeah.
Ray Brent Marsh.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. We're now coming to Sunil's question. There is a world leader, okay, who was quite lazy. History doesn't know that he was so lazy. So every night he would stay up watching movies like Gone with the Wind, listening to music, and he would emerge from bed at midday. So all his advisors and stuff had to have a late lunch and wait for him. Any idea who this person would be?
So world leader means that he was like, I mean, so he's American or European?
Now
American?
listen, if I okay,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fair point.
okay, I'm going to give you European.
European. Churchill. No, too
Churchill was
early. No, Churchill is too early actually.
Churchill was quite on the ball. In fact, yeah. No, this is someone who you would never expect to be that lazy. He also loved chocolate. He ate about 1 kilo of chocolate a day. He loved the opera.
He's a French guy then, maybe. Yeah, chocolate and opera and stuff like that. Uh,
Did someone say
European.
Trump?
Someone said Trump. Trump is not right.
Yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
and
Must be Belgian. The world leader is very famous. Okay, it's not an obscure world leader.
So he basically
and
used to
and
get
is
up
this
late.
is this guy like more recent? I mean, in the last 20 years or much older than that?
Older than that. Wait, I will give you more hints.
Uh, so this person basically used to make people wait for him because he's not finished watching movies and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
No,
he
no, in
was
the
watching
night,
movies in the
night
night.
he used to be
Yeah.
watching. Yeah. So he used to get up late and all that. Sound of music. Um, no, he's not still alive, Sarun. Mitrand? No.
He's
French.
alive. No, François Mitterrand is alive. Yeah. Um,
He also tried to write opera himself.
European world leader. Okay. So
De Gaulle.
De Gaulle. Okay. Any other guesses from my other contestants?
I was going to say De Gaulle as well, but if
Okay.
it's
Dilchad?
not,
Maybe the idea, maybe the persona that we know of him does not sit very well with a person who loves opera and who eats chocolate and is watching Sound of Music.
Yeltsin. Are we talking
No,
Russian?
no, I genuinely thought this would be the easiest question. Okay.
Margaret Thatcher. I don't
Oh
know.
dear.
Good man,
No.
no?
Okay, he was also a vegetarian. And nobody in the comments as well. Ouch.
Vegetarian.
He was himself a struggling art student before his rise to
Hey,
power.
it's if it's
Hitler.
going to be Hitler now, it's going to be a pain. Hey,
It
how can
is
you
Oh,
hit.
watch?
really?
How can you watch Sound of Music? Sound of Music came out much later. No,
One thing, one
Yeah.
thing,
how is
Yeah.
it possible?
one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing. Oh my God, did I get one thing?
Gone with the Wind and all that came
Gone
out much
with the
later.
Wind. No, no, no. He watched Gone with the Wind. He watched Gone with the Wind. Sound of Music was my mistake because that
Full
was actually people
confusion.
who were running from Hitler. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm
So we are
able to.
thinking post World War,
We
right?
are,
I
we
know,
We are
I
exactly
trying
know.
to
were
figure out
thinking
post
about
World
Yeah,
War.
that.
I got mixed up with Sound of. I'm so sorry. Today's just a bad day. How could you watch Sound of Music? You're right. Okay, this question has been cancelled. I'm going to give Sunil another question. I'm so sorry. Okay. Um.
Hitler manages to ruin another day.
Okay. Sunil, there is this author. Okay, very well known, very beloved author, who has a quote which says, "I love deadlines. I love the whooshing sound they make as they pass me by." This author has written a lot of books, and but the thing is that he was so prone to procrastination that he's actually ended one book on a cliffhanger because he was too lazy to write the rest of it. Okay. um Sci-fi genre.
Uh, Sci-fi, huh?
Yeah, sci-fi.
Asimov.
Not
Isaac
Asimov.
Asimov.
Not Asimov. This guy, funny sci-fi. Funny sci-fi genre.
Oh,
Humor.
the guy who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Yes,
Galaxy.
yes, 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 yes. Who would
Ah,
that be?
uh, wow. And I have it right there. It's terrible.
I think you should look and tell in your bookshelf. You can do that.
Okay, again, a weird procrastinator because he was contracted to do a book called Starship Titanic. Okay, and he kept on putting it off for years and years, and eventually, he because he could not write the book, he invented a game, and he went to the publishers of the computer game and said, "I've done this." They were like, Amazing, but we still need the
Yeah, we
book."
still do need the book. Um,
Any help from co-contestants?
Douglas
Uh,
Adams. That's it.
Douglas
Douglas
Adams.
Adams. Yeah,
Yes, 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 yes. Douglas Adams.
super.
my
Okay,
favorite author.
of course, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we have now come to the last question. Okay, last question can be attempted by everyone. Um, this is about a British prime minister. I'm going to ask you all to name the prime minister. He was one of the laziest people in history. Okay, his favorite dictum was, "Why not leave it alone?" Now, he was so lazy that he would sit and snore during cabinet meetings, and snore so loudly that sometimes they could not carry on with the discussion. And he's also famous for the fact that his wife had a very well publicized affair with Byron, and he was too lazy to put a stop to that as well. Not only did she have the affair, she wrote a book telling the world how amazing the affair was. Who is this prime minister of Britain?
When you say Byron, it's like the Lord
Lord
Byron.
Yep,
Byron, no?
Lord
Okay.
Byron. Lord Byron, who a lot of women in the UK
Hmm.
had an affair with.
Chamberlain.
Not Chamberlain. No, no. Tarun. Okay, to give you a
Um,
hint, I don't know how this is quite an obscure name. His name, Lord something, Lord, the something part is actually the name of another city, not in the UK.
Mm. Just say that last bit again. The,
Lord,
the prime minister who we are talking about is Lord something, and that something is a city not in the UK.
yes. It's the name of a city. Yes. A British Prime Minister. His original name was William Lamb, but we know him better as Lord something.
So, what's the question? So, the guy's name was William Lamb.
The guy's name was William Lamb, but that is his
How
original
do we know
name.
him better? No.
How do we know him better? If we know him at all. The word is Lord something.
Where can British Prime Minister Lord something and something is not in UK? So,
Yeah.
so where will that something be? America
Australia.
or Australia? Yeah. So I'm assuming something like Lord Sydney, Lord Melbourne.
Yeah, it's Lord Melbourne. It's
Lord
Lord
Melbourne.
Melbourne. I think, oh, wait, whether he had got it right. Sorry, this is a bit of a tough one. But yes, this is Lord Melbourne, who was Prime Minister of the UK. Very lazy chap whose wife had an affair with Byron. And there's a book about it. Okay, guys, sorry. Today's quiz has been a little. I have made mistakes. Okay, sorry. It has just been one of those days. But we will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. with another quiz. If
I
people
think
want to take part,
I think the what do you call it? The part where people see the picture on YouTube of
mhm,
this thing. I don't know what do they call it? The thumbnail.
the
Huh.
thumbnail.
It should be Hitler watching Sound of Music or something.
Oh God, that was terrible. That was terrible.
That's
That was terrible. I'm so sorry. That is just like the worst mistake. Anyway, thank you guys. You all have been an awesome panel. And sorry for the delay today.
Thank
Tomorrow we're back at
you.
9 a.m. 9 a.m. See ya, guys.
Thank you.
bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
Bye.
you. Bye.